up, A-Town.
All right. So, this is our 8th and final contestant, and this gentleman came to us a few weeks ago, I think. He reminds me of my buddy back home, Vinny Bag of Donuts. But let's give it up for Mikey Mike! Mikey Mike!
Oh, goodness. Did y'all like that? How y'all doing? Y'all doing good? Oh, my goodness. I always like to come out on stage and do my little dance because it helps capture my audience attention right off the bat. It does, right? But now that I have it, give me a second, what's this? Woo! I'm getting too old to keep doing that dance. I'm afraid one of these times I'm gonna come out there and my hip don't go out, right? Oh my goodness. Oh my girlfriend! Your little tail can sing! Jesus Christ! What did you do? Oh, you having lessons? What? Goodness gracious! Only way I can sing like that is I'm in the shower. Can you do the Whitney Houston? Oh, don't do that one because you won't kill the rest of them. Oh my God, it's so cool to be here, guys. I came all the way from Monahans, Texas. Anybody know where that's from? What? Oh, snap! Okay, snap. All right, cool. I came all the way from Monahans, Texas, and usually when I perform on stage, I always have to stop and get something to eat. So when I was coming in, I stopped in Odessa, Texas. Anybody know what that's at?
Yes, sir!
I went inside Odessa, Texas, and they had this mall called the Music City Mall. Anybody been there?
Yes, sir!
Oh my God. I went in there, and they have this old buffet type place to eat, the old style buffet where they still had servers. Oh my gosh, I went in there, right? And I walk in, and the lady behind the counter sees me walk in. Now when she sees me walk in, she says, oh my gosh, hello! She says, hey, how are you? How are you? Come on in. I come be your server today. And I was like, wow, now that's some service for your ass right there, right? So I thought that was cool, right? So I stood up to the counter, she said, tell me what you want, tell me, go ahead, tell me. So I'm looking over, and the first thing that you get to choose from was some of the meat selections that they had, right? They had chicken fried steak, they had roast beef, they had, meatloaf, and fried chicken. Well, I was going to have the meatloaf, right, because it looked pretty good. So before I could start to point to her and tell her what I wanted, she goes, oh, no, you don't want that, She said, look at here, I got the fried chicken for you. See, y'all haven't already, see? I didn't know, all right? I just thought she was giving me a little heads up, and that was probably one of the better meat choices of the other ones that they had. So I didn't think nothing of it, right? So we move on down the line, and some of the next thing they had to eat next was some of the side items you had. You know, you had mashed potatoes and gravy, you had rice, you had, green beans. And to my surprise, y'all, in Odessa, Texas, at the Music City Mall, they had collard greens. Y'all know what that is? Collard greens? I mean, I see a lot of white people here, so I don't know if y'all know what that is, man. So I was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna have the mashed potatoes, because I've never had nobody else's collard greens but my mama's collard greens, right? So I was gonna have the mashed potatoes and gravy. So I started to point, and before I could tell her that's what I wanted, no, you don't want that, you don't want it. Look at here, I got the collard greens for you. And I'm thinking, okay, no problem, this is a buffet. If I don't like it, I can just scrape it off my plate, come back and get something else, no big deal, right? So we move on down the line. The next thing we come to was some of the bread items that they had, right? They had rolls, they had white bread, wheat bread, and I'm trying to eat healthy, y'all. You know, it's hard keeping this figure looking this good without working on it, right? So I was gonna have a wheat bread with it, right? So I started to point, I said, well, give me the, she said, no, check this out. Y'all, she reaches up underneath the counter and pulls out this pan. She goes, look at here, I got the cornbread for you. And she goes, it's the sweet cornbread too, all right? Well, in that particular moment, I just realized what she was doing, y'all. She was putting stuff on my plate that she thought us black people like to eat, right? She was like, oh, soul food, right? So I got a little upset, you know. I got a little mad, you know. I didn't cause a scene, though, you know, because I think it's black. Don't watch it, gonna cause a scene. No, I didn't do anything, all right? So I was like, okay, you know, no big deal. We move on down the line. And the next thing that we come to, next item that we got to choose from were the fruit items. Yeah. Yeah, y'all laughing already, huh? You can probably imagine what she thought I wanted, right? Yeah. Well, I looked at her, right? I said, hey, wait. I said, you know what? I said, give me the strawberries and the bananas. Y'all, she looked at me like I hurt her feelings. She looked at me and she goes, okay, if that's what you want. You do know we have great Kool-Aid over at the beverage station. I was mad. I was ticked off. Got my little cup of Kool-Aid, my little plate went set out. I was ticked off. Because I really didn't want the watermelon, you know, I did. I didn't want her to know that, though. You don't know me that well. That watermelon was looking pretty good, but I don't want her to know that stuff. But it was okay, though. I ate my little meal, and I came all the way over here. And it's cool, man. I love being a comedian because traveling is so cool, man. I love to travel. I've been in all kinds of different cities, kind of like this one. And I can tell coming to Ballinger, Texas, it's a real popular place for us brothers. I can see that, right? I know, right? Ooh, jungle food, though, all right. Anyway, and it's so cool because I remember I went to this one place, BFE, Bumfuck Ages, I don't know what it was. And it was kind of cool because this kind of thing kind of happens to me all the time, right? I went to this one place and I was going to do a show. And before the show, I went to the local Kmart that day. Y'all remember Kmarts? Remember those Kmarts? This place had a Kmart. That's how old school it was, right? So I stopped at this Kmart place because I wanted to get some Skittles and a box of rubbers. Because by the end of the night, I was hoping somebody would get to taste the rainbow, you know what I'm saying? So I'm standing in line with my box of Skittles and my condom, right? And I'm standing behind this dude, man, this big dude. I'm like, he must have been about 450 pounds or so, right? I'm standing in line, and he looks at me, he sees me behind him, he turns and he gives me the universal hello, you know, like, how are you, you know? And he turns back around, right? Then he turns back around again, he looks at me, he kind of looks me up and down. And then he asked me this weird question. He says, excuse me, you're one of them there colored fellas, ain't you? At first I didn't know how to answer that question. I had to realize, now, is this a regular Kmart or is this a KKK type Kmart, you know? I wasn't sure, right? So I manned up. I said, well, yes, sir, I guess I am. I'm one of those colored fellas. He goes, yeah, I kind of thought so. He said, you know what? He said, my neighbors are colored people too. He said, after you finish shopping here, why don't you come on over and I'll introduce you to them. I said, wait a minute. I said, what do you mean? Why do you want me to meet these colored people of yours? You think we might be related or something? You think I might know them or something? I said, I tell you what. I said, why don't you come over to my neighborhood? I live next to Jenny Craig. Maybe I can introduce you to her. How about that? Well, he had a nerve to get a little upset, y'all. He got a little upset, all right? But the lady behind him was an older lady, man. She was an older lady. She had like 4 bags of Skittles and about 6 boxes of condoms, so her part was going to be a little bit bigger than mine, right? And she tells me, she says, excuse me, sir. She said, don't mind Mr. Wilson. He didn't mean nothing by it. Bless your heart. And I'll tell you what, y'all, when she said that, I did. I felt kind of warm and fuzzy inside, because I kind of felt like she did touch my heart. And I remembered that to this day, because sooner or later, the next day I went to the store. Y'all remember that store, Kids R Us? Kids R Us, you remember that store before they closed down? I went into that store, and I don't know why they named that store Kids R Us, where kids can grow to be kids, because that's exactly what they'll do. I went into the store, and this little girl was having a fit with her mom. She was just yelling and screaming, give me this, no, I don't want that, give me this. She was being a kid. And the mom was trying to calm her down. She says, no, little Caroline, you can't have this toy. Get this one, I can afford this one. And Caroline looked at me and said, no, if you don't give me this toy, I'm gonna punch you in the throat. And I saw that and I was like, wow, they do exist. And I went up to that lady and I said, wow, lady, I said, you got yourself one of the demon kids. I I said, you need to take little Caroline and throw her little butt back in the TV where you pulled her out of. That's what she was. Well, she looked at me in shock. She was like, oh. And I realized the anguish on her face. I was like, oh man, I'm so sorry. I said, what I meant to say was you have a very lovely little girl. Bless her heart. She said, well, thank you. The doctor said she'll be better, much better next week. So